Ну,
Up to 400 Russian soldiers have been encircled by the Ukrainian army in Vovchansk. The Russians are holed up in the aggregate plant. The complex consists of around 20 buildings. Many of the Russians are wounded and unable to fight. Russian media and the blogger Vovchansk writes that for 2 days the occupiers have been trying to unblock their soldiers, but all attempts have failed. The Russians at the plant are constantly exposed to Ukrainian bombs and artillery. The number of wounded and killed is growing. Delivery of medicines and supplies is not possible. And according to the Russian-born journalist Nevzorov, the number of Russian in a cauldron in Vovchansk is estimated to 400, and they are on the brink of surrendering. There are no specific details, but it is reliably known that the cauldron worked. About 400 orcs are completely surrounded in the ruins of the aggregate plant in Vovchansk. Data on losses are contradictory. According to fragments of radio interceptions, the wounded and dead are mixed. There is no medicine. Whether the cauldron formed on its own or the Russians were lured there is unknown. The Ukrainian officers smile mysteriously. All attempts by the Russians to throw at least some battery and water there with their own people failed. A mass slaughter of orcs is unlikely, since their willingness to surrender is unusually high. And the total losses of the Russian army during the month of fighting in the Kharkiv direction for the period from May 10th to June 10th amounted to personnel, about 4,000 people, irreversible and sanitary losses of the enemy. In addition, the defense forces of Ukraine destroyed and damaged tanks, 52 armored fighting vehicles, 59 artillery systems, 165 air defense equipment, 6 units, enemy bunkers, shelters, 425, ammunition warehouses, 37. Nice move with the Kharkiv front, Putin. Clown. The mobilization is going according to plan. Russian servicemen of an assault company are turning to the prosecutor's office, demanding an explanation for their presence in Ukraine. The men were kidnapped from Russian territory and transferred to Ukraine, despite all of them having medical certificates and injuries. Some do not have the right to carry weapons due to psychological problems. But Putin needs meat.
Здравствуйте. Приветствуем вас. Просим помощи, так как 31 мая из города Армавира, из города Краснодара и города Сочи незаконным образом были отправлены мы все в зону СВО. По определенным причинам кто-то не вернулся с отпуска, кто-то по болезни, у кого-то отношения. У всех уважительные были причины, никто не скрывался, был привязан к определенной части, у каждого есть своя часть, которую он проходил воинскую службу, также находившись на СВО. Но нас попросили приехать в часть.
В Ростов. Нас попросили приехать в Ростов для дальнейшего прохождения ВВК и так далее. А на самом деле обманным путем вывезли нас на территорию Украины для дальнейшего принятия нас в СВО.
В составе 57-го мотострелкового полка,
штурмовой роте,
31 832 воинская часть.
Это при том, что у некоторых ребят есть диагноз с психбольницы, документы на руках, что им вообще оружие нельзя в руки давать, они нас гонят на передок, гонят на мясо. Так и говорят, что рано или поздно вы все тут сдохнете. Отношение скотское. Командир разговаривает через блядь. Обзывает по-всякому, психологически...
Оказывают психологическое
давление, да, оказывают психологически моральное. Они все на нас. Вот. Просим помочь нас, прокуратуру разобраться по данному факту. Давайте фамилии, имена.
Яков Михаил Алексеевич.
Демченко Вячеслав Юрьевич.
Марнер Вячеслав Николаевич. Филенко Владимир Григорьевич.
Тимолединов Богдан Валерьевич.
Владимир Владимирович.
Леонтьев Александр Андреевич.
Донченко Александр Алексеевич.
Поздняков Александр Александрович.
Ждем, ребята, вашей помощи. Спасибо заранее.
Ukrainians are heroically defending Chasiv Yar in Donetsk region. Here, the city is under fire from TOS-1A Solntsepayak, thermobaric multi-rocket launcher. And Ukrainian forces are giving gifts back to Russians. The destruction of the Russian 2S4 Tilepan 240mm self-propelled heavy mortar. Our Russian ruble will become more expensive than the dollar. The Americans will have no money even for bread. That's great. I guess I misunderstood the video of the queues at the exchangers. These Russians do not want to buy dollars, but rubles. We should definitely share the video of this street expert among Russians.
Все-таки наш российский рубль станет дороже доллара. Это мое мнение. Ну, потому что у нас есть нумизматика, и рубль дорожает с каждым годом. И некоторые монеты продают за большие деньги. В связи с войной, которая сейчас у нас происходит, и все-таки американцы впустую тратят деньги на оружие и так далее. Соответственно, их бюджетный, государственный бюджетный учреждения, да, всякие различные, они все-таки обанкротятся, и у них не будет денег даже на хлеб.
Ukraine will receive $1.5 billion for the energy sector, Kamala Harris said during the meeting with President Zelensky. The money will go towards restoring Ukrainian energy infrastructure that suffered from Russian strikes. Thank you, U.S. Address by the commander of the 12th Special Forces Brigade Azov, Colonel Denis Prokopenko, on the lifting of the U.S. ban on the transfer of weapons to the unit. I would like to congratulate all the soldiers of the 12th Special Forces Brigade Azov and the entire civilized world on the victory over Russian propaganda. Recently, it became known that the 12th Brigade Azov of the National Guard of Ukraine has passed the vetting process required by U.S. law and is eligible for security assistance from the United States. We will justify the responsibility entrusted to us, and with our discipline, resilience, and bravery in battle, we will prove the effectiveness of this decision, said Redis.
I thank the United States of America for their attentive review of this issue and the right decision which will relatively strengthen our unit.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.